want to talk about selective co-signing. And this is what I mean by that. Think about you driving a vehicle and you have people sitting in each seat. So I have somebody sitting here, I have somebody sitting behind them, and somebody sitting behind me, and maybe even somebody in the middle behind me. All of these people are voicing their opinions, but I'm the driver. And as the driver, I'm the one that's in control to make the decision of where I want to go. So this person in the passenger seat to the right of me could want to go right. The person behind them could want me to turn around and go back in the opposite direction. The person next to them could want me to go to an entirely different destination, and the person behind me could want me to go left. But ultimately, I'm in control, so I will make the decision. So when I think about selective co-signing, I want you to try this example. I want you to be silent and monitor what's going on in your mind. So whatever thoughts appear in your mind, you have the ability of whether or not you want to co-sign that. And an example of your co-signing would be what you vocalize from the unspoken into the spoken, from the invisible into the visible, from nothing into materialization. Because whatever you decide, that is the action that's taken. And demons, unclean spirits, familiar spirits, principalities, fallen angels, the demonic, the satanic, they're constantly monitoring us. They're constantly monitoring our facial expressions, our mannerisms, our body language, among tons of other things. And they're using these tales, they're using these signs as a way to try to manipulate us, control us, and set traps for us. So they're always focused on baiting and trapping us, because sin equals death, right? And where your attention flows, it grows, right? So what we focus on becomes stronger. Whatever seeds are planted, the more that we focus on watering those seeds are going to grow. And I've been getting a lot of revelation from this book right here. It's an older book, but it's good. And I try to read a little bit every day, and it seems to bring me a lot of confirmation of things that I'm just going through on a day-to-day basis. And right before I did this video, that idea or those thoughts came into my mind to where I don't have to vocalize everything that I'm thinking, because maybe I'm not thinking everything that I think I'm thinking. Maybe these impressions or these thoughts or these things that these words and ideas or thoughts that are coming into my mind, maybe they're not from me. So I don't need to react to everything. I don't need to speak everything that I think, and neither do you. And I think when you think about, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God, right? I think I said that right. Don't quote me on it. I'm freestyling here. But we just know the power of the spoken word and the vibrational frequencies that come from what we speak. And I personally have struggled with this my whole life, because ever since I was a child, I received so much negative criticism from my family and friends and people around me that eventually, even when I went on in life separate from these individuals, the one thing that I carried with me was this negative self-talk, and always speaking negatively of myself, and always, hurting myself by the words that I vocalize and the thoughts that I think I'm thinking, which, can have a lot to do with emotions, emotional maturity, and, just the baggage that I carried around, because I don't think there's anybody in my life now or in the past that I've ever been around that hasn't said something negative about me behind my back and it got back to me. Or I've always dealt with that, especially among people that I thought were my friends. I would, and they'll reveal to you when you're around them by them vocalizing the thoughts they think that they're thinking. But what we have to really realize is that these demons, they're all around us in the spiritual realm. They're constantly attacking and accusing us. So whether we vocalize it about ourselves or about others, there may be people around us that are susceptible to materializing those things as well, and it's amazing how many distractions you get when you're trying to deliver a message, right? It's insanity. I'll just turn the phone off for a second. But ideally, I wanted to make this like a minute clip. I thought I was going to wing it professionally to have like a powerful message, and I definitely went over that time that I wanted to set for myself. But anyways, I think this is something that I need to practice doing. I think this year it's really big for me, because even my producer, my engineer, he was telling me, because he works on a lot of my music, and I would probably say at least a good 99% of my music has a lot of negative self-talk in it, unfortunately, which only hurts me, because people could listen to that, and thankfully nobody's listening to my music, so that's a good thing, but if anybody does come across it, I think most people are pretty turned off with my music because it is so negative, and I use it as therapy, as a hobby, as a way to like vent frustrations and anger in life. And unfortunately, when you do that and you record it, it's there. It's just like social media. People could pull up things that you said 10 years ago, and but yeah, just getting on my nerves. This necklace. So yeah, it's just a thought that I was thinking, and just like me talking right now, I'm not putting a lot of space between what I'm thinking and what I'm speaking. And I think most of us do that. We just start talking, and we don't really have a lot of time to think what we're going to say when we're just in the moment. And I could have better prepared for this and probably sat down for 20-30 minutes or an hour and really constructed what I wanted to say precisely, and just deliver a more concise message. But I'm driving, and I didn't want to lose this idea or this thought. But yeah, I think for 2025 we should all, especially You know, if you know that you're set apart, you know that you're chosen, you know that Yahuwah is working on you to be more like Yahushua HaMashiach, to be more holy and righteous, you know, we have an obligation and a responsibility to be better representations of Yahushua, Jesus, right? So, and I know there's I know like the people that, you know, are followers of Yahushua and Yahuwah and are filled with the Ruach HaKodesh, they're so against the name Jesus, and that's cool, that's on them, you know. But at the end of the day, I had a hell experience when I was in hell, and the only name that got me out of hell was the name of Jesus. So I know it's valid. I know there's tons of little kids that have dreams of Jesus. I mean, I don't see many videos of kids saying Yahushua. So it is what it is. Peace.